How's it going, everybody? This is TheRedHeadGamer, and this is my 21st online Shogun 2 Total War battle. It's gonna happen on the Bay of Many Faces. Ho! That sounds like a wicked name, ain't it? The Bay of Many Faces. It sounds like a place where a lot of people are going to die, and then their faces will emerge from the dirt and everything. So anyway, as you can see here, my army consists of 2 Kisho Ninja, 5 Katana Samurai, 3 Bow Cavalry, 2 Katana Cavalry, 2 Matchlock Samurai, and 5 Yari Ashigaru, and my General's Bodyguard unit. We can't forget about those guys, can we? The brave soldiers of defending my general to the death. Or at least that's what I like to hope they do. Most of the time they just run away like a bunch of pansies though, so that's why we have to shoot them. I wish there was friendly fire. Actually, there is friendly fire, but I wish I could command my matchlock units to open fire on them as they run away. The cowards. They don't deserve life. They deserve to bleed into the ground. Their blood will nurture the grass and the trees and let it grow into a bunch of weird plants, which I will then harvest for feeding. As you can see here, I'm getting up a little formation. I'm basically sticking my cavalry over here, and, you know, I really want to take this hill. Yeah, at the same time, I don't know. I really can't remember what I was thinking during this battle. So yeah, we're gonna stick my ninja units like over here a bit, you know. Try to find a nice little place from the hideout. And yeah. So yeah, I started it here. And my opponent actually had some Wako Raiders over there, and he was sending them up to take the other shrine while I was trying to take this shrine. I mean the sword dojo. He was trying to take the sword dojo while I was taking the shrine. They also discovered my ninjas pretty early because of the Wako Raiders over there, and I was like, oh crap, that's not a good idea. So I decided to, you know, run them away a bit so they wouldn't get caught up and whatnot, you know. You know, my ninjas are probably crapping themselves. They're like, why do you always place us in the worst spot imaginable? And I'm like, well, because I can, sir. Because I can. And yeah, my microing skills during this game were just horrible. I mean, like, I was literally sending like half my army up the hill. I thought by telling them to go up the hill, they would actually just go up the hill, you know? But it turns out, no, they didn't want to go up the hill. They decided they were going to be cool or something like that. And he's sending his cavalry after my ninja units. Ninjas can't really take a good cavalry charge. Let's keep it at that. So I send my ninjas up here. And my original idea was, you know, I could probably whack his general, but I decided, nah, I'm just going to try to bomb his matchlocks. That was a really bad idea because they end up running into range of his melee units and they pretty much end up getting run over. Not a very good way. And here comes the other half of my army, which decides, hey, I'm gonna run down here instead of doing anything else. And I'm like, oh, okay, bro, that's cool. Not really. So yeah, my army got separated here because half of them actually went up the mountain while the other half thought it was gonna go around to get up the mountain, which was a really bad fail on my part. So I tell my matchlocks here to open up on his units because his units are just, you know, like, LOL attack, and it's like, oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. And yeah. I could have probably thought this out better. Just saying. So, I get my matchlocks to line up and just open up on his units, and I send some of my Katana Samurai out to attack. Which was a kind of stupid idea, actually, because he actually got the sword dojo. So I have my matchlocks opening up on his units here, and they end up getting a few good shots off at his cavalry. And I decide to start moving my other units up to attack his other units in the forest. And as you can see, his units are just raining down on me, which sucks. But they weren't taking much damage, luckily for me. His matchlocks were doing some good damage at me though, as you can see here. They got a few shots off. My Katana Samurai were fighting some of his Not exactly sure what unit that is, but because usually when I play games, this is gonna sound stupid, and it really is stupid sometimes when I pull this off. But what I do is, I just look at the flags. I don't really care what units they are. I always have like this rock, paper, scissors motion in my mind, you know? Cavalry gets countered by spears, spears get countered by swords, swords get countered by missiles, and missiles get countered by other missiles or cavalry. That's usually how I work it out in my head. But, you know, sometimes that doesn't always work, and I end up regretting it later. So, I have half my army down here fighting his units, which was a bad idea because my other half is just hanging up on the mountain. Which is stupid, though, because I probably could have won this if I brought them all down. See that? I could have easily gotten into this fight and killed them all, or surrounded them or something, but I wasn't thinking, and that's what really screwed me up. I got my general here in stand and fight, and he's doing his thing, but he has the whole blob just swarming and destroying my units. And he ends up getting at my general now, so that's really gonna kill me. And my matchlock samurai are fighting with a melee unit of his, and no matter what type of melee unit they are, matchlocks aren't gonna last very long in fighting a force like that. So I really screwed myself there. He also has me flanked with a matchlock unit, so they're getting off pot shots at my troops, and I'm, you know, going crazy right now. I'm like, oh god, how did I manage this? Demon Lord, forgive me for my sins, and all that other stuff, you know. And I'm practically losing it. So I finally get my bow cavalry in range, and I tell him to open up on his units, but, you know, that ain't gonna work too well. And my general just got injured, which sucks even worse. And yeah, as you can see, this match didn't go too well for me. Not well at all. Then he starts moving his units up towards the rest of mine, and that's just when I say, you know, I'm screwed. I mean, there's seriously no way I'm gonna win this right now. So I get the rest of my units just to charge in. One last attempt to kill him off, you know. Got a matchlock unit too. Opening fire, my bow cavalry gets caught up. Try to have my matchlocks fire off some shots just to get as many kills as I can. And I move up my Yari Ashigari behind them, just to protect them when they get charged. But without my general, they have pretty crappy morale right now, so, you know, they don't really stand much of a chance. And here they are getting charged with Katana Samurai. And, yeah, I still had the shrine, though. So, the Demon Lord at least has a religious place of worship. That's the least I could say. You got nothing on me, but the Demon Lord has my soul, for I have failed him. Actually, I'm a redhead, so I don't have a soul. Haha! And this is my last unit of Katana Samurai fighting for their lives. But they fail, they all die, and they run off. The cowards, the Demon Lord shall have their souls! And yeah, I say, yeah, I said GG. And that was... Thanks for watching, guys. I hope to see you next time.